say if you had like a date, how would your usual date setting be? Like, have you ever had like a typical date where you're at a restaurant or something like that? Like where you're like facing each other?
No, that's like...
Is it too formal?
That's a long-term date.
What do you mean?
Because it depends. It depends who you're meeting up with, what time in the relationship you're at. Because I would say, like, my usual date would be something where you can freely talk, get along with the person, but you want an activity that you can do to distract you, have fun, be competitive.
Oh, so you need something else to be doing while you're having the date?
Yeah, but it's not like you don't want to be doing...
You just
no,
eat.
No. That's different because you can't talk, like, and it's just like you're sort of in your own space. Do you know what I mean? Where, like, say if you went and did like a drama workshop where you had to split it off and stuff like that. That's a no. Like, you want something that incorporates them both sides seamlessly, like something like mini golf.
Mini golf.
Perfect. Yeah. But there's things I've done, like, have you ever been London Dungeons?
Yeah.
Like, that's sort of interactive.
Yeah, but can you imagine not getting on with them, like, during the whole thing, and like you really don't like them?
So then you say, oh, let's go on a cinema date.
Like, a cinema date. That's the most. I don't understand dates that start off as, like, at the cinema. Like, what's the... You don't get to really talk to them. If you do talk to them,
imagine if you just went home straight after as well.
What, you didn't even... What, separately? You went home separately?
You just ate and...
Just went, oh yeah, that was a good film, yeah. All right, see you later. And that's it. That's the first date. No, that's like a fifth date in sort of thing, don't you think? And then you have to be doing something after.
I had so much fun when I was with you. Like, it was in a film. Like,
I don't know. It's just weird. What about a dinner date where there's like a band playing in the background or some shit?
Oh yeah,
like
then that's better. So if you go to somewhere where you know there's going to be like some sort of entertainment, but you can also talk.
Yeah.
Maybe like a social gathering sort of thing where you can get to know people.
Have you ever had that where you're having like a date or even just a conversation with someone where the conversation is so stale that you don't even try to make... Because, you know, like, you can juggle with the best of them, can't you? Like, or the worst of them, you know, people who just have nothing to say, or like they're just like...
See, that's what I mean. So. If it goes stale, I don't get on with them. If it does, usually they'll bring up something and I'll bounce off them, I'll entertain it. But most of the time when people say, oh, don't you find that awkward, like awkward science? I'm like, no, only if they find it awkward. Then I don't think I actually would find it that awkward, because I wouldn't care enough, because I'd be like, well, I don't like you, so what's the problem, like, of sitting here in silence? Like, I don't really like you, you don't really like me, let's just call it a day. Just go home. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I could actually say that. The only real ever date that I've actually... Well, I don't know. Not real. I mean, I've been on loads, but it's like proper where you'd say, like, the usual sort of setting was a few weeks back with this girl who was really, really attractive. And, like, her picture... She was actually more attractive than her pictures. Like, she looked like... She was really pretty when I saw her in person. And, like, you know, straight away I was like, fucking hell, like, shit. Like, you did when you went like that in front of her.
Fuck. You know, no. She looked really nice, but... Talking to her was just fucking weird. It was weird. I wouldn't say it was awkward, but it was just weird because she was doing this thing where I don't know if it's just like a thing with me. Well, no, it's not a thing with me. It's like you're having a date with someone, right? Mm-hmm. So you're getting to know them, right? And they're getting to know you. Is that right? That's how a date works. Yeah. I'm just trying to get the date.
What do you think a date is?
I'm trying to lay out, right? That's the definition of a date. That's why I was confused, right? Because it seemed to me like she saw it as like an interview. Like I was interviewing her. She had no questions for me. She had no like, oh, so what do you do for a living? What do you do for fun? Or how many brothers do you have?
It could just be to have fun. It could be just a pastime.
She called it a date.
Yeah, so just get to know, pastime, have fun.
That's fine. Sort of that's even fine, but don't make it...
She wanted to be employees.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
I think...
She made it...
Are you sure she wasn't an escort?
Can you imagine if that was like in her bio in Tinder and I just missed that? So I gave her a hug. We went into the pub, sat down outside, and...
How did you hug her? Did you hug underneath, or like did you go around her arms?
No, I sort of like grabbed her by the face. Like that. No.
Or did you do like one over, one under?
It was a 3 second... I don't remember. I think she was quite short, so it was kind of like over like that. But it was over in 5 seconds.
Was it a hot day?
It wasn't like I was like... like holding on to her. Like, fucking hell. We were talking and it was all right. It wasn't awkward because she was the sort of person who would constantly keep talking. Like she'd constantly be like... And I get that. Like nervous energy, you know, the first first time you've ever met someone, you can have nervous energy, and like you got to feel like you have to keep talking, otherwise like you check you could, but under no circumstances can you have that awkward silence. So you need to keep talking, even if it's just like filling in the space. But for me, I'm like, fucking relax. Do you know what I mean?
Why? Because usually when I'm like with someone, like the talk's just slow pace. Like, isn't like I need to tell you about this. Oh, what about this? What about this? What about this? You go on it's like a podcast in a way. Like you just ask a question, you go on a tangent. Like, oh yeah, so what's
the
that
nervous
like?
energy was too strong, and I didn't get her vibe.
She must have really liked you.
Well, I don't know if she really liked me because
she blocked you.
She didn't block me, no, but she obviously like we're still not talking.
Oh, okay.
And like, but it was weird because she was talking about everything to do with herself. So what she did for work, you know, her brothers and her sisters, their lives, her mum and her dad, and my dad's apparently a writer or whatever. And like, she was telling me all this stuff, which is all cool. Like, I've got absolutely no problem with you telling me about yourself. But can you imagine going on a date with someone who told you everything about them and didn't ask one single question about you? Like, so that's what I do for work. What do you do for work? But every time I started saying like, oh yeah, like, I do a bit of work like that, like I do a bit of like video or some shit like that, she'd go like, yeah, so my work is a bit like that because what I do, and I was like, okay, so you're just constantly making the conversation about yourself, and then that was pissing me off because I was like, yeah, I'm not interested then. If you're not interested in me, then I'm not gonna, you know, if you're not interested in asking me questions, I don't know. I think you definitely need time away from each other as well in a relationship. Like there are some people who I know who knew each other like relatively not too long before they started like fucking basically living with each other. Like got into a relationship like a week later, started living with each other. To me, that's just so weird, so like unhealthy. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of that.
I don't know. It depends, like, because that's what I mean. Like I said, like
what? So you could live with
someone maybe not straight away. But
what? So you could do that then?
Probably. It depends, like the person, like how long you have known them. I guess in a way, but
because you got no fucking time to yourself.
Well, you might do. Depends when they're working, or like if you just say like, I just want my chill out time, like, and if you had separate.
Are you fucking mental?
No.
So you wouldn't have time, or you just wouldn't have any time to yourself, basically. I mean,
No,
apart from work. So you're married.
You go out with friends, or stay at
married.
friends' halls, or something like that. I want someone else who I can learn skills from.
Skills.
Yeah. So like.
What you want to do? Fucking carpentry?
No. So like I want to get into football, like coaching and management, and like any sport, like coaching sort of thing.
Yeah.
And let's say if they were someone who was in, I don't know, media work, and they could help me with like if I ever had a coaching business, they could help promote that. I want someone who's going to push me to be more like my behaviour style, like my work ethic, and just like be a better person for them, because then I'm a better person in my whole life. Because if I don't have someone to push me, I find I'm just like I wanted to talk about things about this actually, but I find out I'm just a person that's sat at home doing nothing, and just like not wasting my life away. But I thought the other day, like right now I'm literally doing nothing. Like I'm not making money. It was just that.
What are you doing? Sitting at home?
Sitting at home, just chilling, not picking my ass.
Yeah, I think you got a streak in you like that's quite strong. Like I need to be productive. I need to keep going. I need to push myself, and that. I think it's always good to have someone like that, like someone who pushes you as well, and like you can push them, and like they don't reject that as like you attacking them for like not trying hard, as they did. Just, you know, like you're helping each other. Yeah, it's like a reciprocal relationship. Yeah, it's like the first thing you should get.
Symbiotic, well, not symbiotic. Like you don't want to need them, but
no, I think that's another thing that I've always thought as well. It's like, you know, like relationships that where I feel like it's happened so many times with like really young people. They feel like they need each other, and if they split up, they would just fucking kill themselves because they're so dependent on each other at this point.
It's
which
like
is sweet.
Safe place makes you feel at home, sort of.
Yeah, and that's sweet in a way. It's sweet to be dependent on each other in a way, but you also need to know, like, I could handle myself without you. You know what I mean? I could live without you, but I've decided to be with you because I want to be with you, as opposed to like, I fucking need to be with you. Because then it's like, you're scared to split up with each other because you think, fucking hell, are they going to kill themselves if I break up with her? Or like, are they just going to completely demolish themselves?
That's one of the like aspects or things that help me like move on with things like that. Like, I began to see it more as opportunity. Like, if a relationship would fall out, I think, what the heck? But in like a positive way, it's made me more confident.
What
I've
has?
learned, like, let's say if like there was a situation whereas before I might be like, I need you, but then I changed to my mindset and thought, okay, I need to see it as a positive. Well, actually, from this person, I've learned more about like that type of person, more confident. I learned like what to do next time, and it's all those things that make me stronger and better for the next person, which is annoying because you've put in all that work and effort and you want to build on what you have.
Yeah.
But if they really don't want you, and this is what we were saying earlier as well, if you just say, yeah, that's cool, like, I respect your opinion, there's nothing I can do unless you wanted to change that. So, yeah, I guess.
Well, like, there's certain stuff that they obviously wanted, like, needed changing, that you felt that they needed changing, but they were just didn't want to change, sort of thing.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. That's not. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah,
I sort of, yeah,
depends.
I
I'm not thinking about a specific example.
No.
If we were, then for someone, I would say, yeah.
Yeah. So you have someone who's like making you change for the better, pushing you to do stuff that, you know, motivates you, and like in your career and everything like that. What else? Someone who's funny.
No,
someone who makes me laugh.
No, you don't need someone who's funny because, like,
you don't want someone who's funny.
What does funny mean? Because like you can have funny moments with them. Like, do you know what I mean? And
so that's not not a priority for you.
Maybe someone that you can just have a good time with. Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't want someone who's like, I feel awkward when it's silent, because that's going to be a lot of the time. So when we're sleeping, we're going to just be there, like, so do you come here often? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like 3 months in, you're still asking them that.
Yeah, that's, some people are like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I tell you what,
so
I fucking love silences.
Same.
But I need to be aware that the other person is comfortable as well. How long would you say is the time and before you can start sitting in silence comfortably?
With me, it's usually like 10 times of seeing them or something, but not just like seeing them in the corridor and be like, oh, hey, but like actually, you know, maybe going to a park for a walk, having a good conversation, really vibing, having a good time, laughing.
But you can also just
sit and
down
then
and
you get to the point
up.
where it's like, like you need a break.
It doesn't need to feel like effort. Do you know what I mean?
You have Twitter, don't you?
Sometimes I go on it. Yeah.
So I love Twitter, but sometimes it gets way too much because so you know those weird stories that you always find. I just wanted to tell you this weird story because I told you I'd tell you earlier, but I thought it's better to save it for the podcast and get your reaction, ask you questions about it. So you get those suitcase auctions of like planes. And I saw this story on Twitter. Yeah, it's like, I'm not just like
suitcase auctions. I don't know what that is.
So like lost property gets auctioned off when it's like not being collected for say X amount of years by an airline.
Didn't know those existed.
Yeah, they exist, and like sometimes you can find like mad stuff that people have like made mad money in it. Because think of some of the things that go into luggage. Like, as a kid, I used to like bring my Xbox to places. Yeah. So let's say if that was a brand new Xbox Series X or something like that, or a flipping nice laptop.
Mad.
There was this couple. I think it was a couple, and they bought a suitcase from an online auction or something. And this is mental. Like, you're never going to guess what they found in the bag. I mean, like, I would never guess this either.
Body or something?
Okay, well, you guessed it.
It was a fucking body.
It was two children's bodies in the bag.
Off.
But this is what I mean. The fact that it was like 2 children's bodies, and I thought, how the fuck does no one know they're missing? Found them. It's 2 children. Like, I was there thinking, like, what the fuck? Like the smell, like, surely, if it's lost property, a bag just been left or...
But surely they have, I swear they have, like, X-ray scanner things, like, to go through when you're passing through security. They can see what's in there before...
God, no, mate, like...
They must have seen fucking 2 kids in there. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Is there any more to the story? What else happened?
I didn't really do that.
And also, who the fuck is murdering 2 little kids and thinking, I'm going to take them with me to wherever I'm going? Like, why was that on Twitter as well? That's something you see on, like...
It's like Lad Bible or something like that. I can't remember. But it was so weird, because I was just thinking so many things about it. Like, it's 2, like, little children.
Man.
And it's just like... That is true, like, the X-ray. Maybe someone just thought, oh...
And they paid money for that.
Yeah, they paid for it. They got way more than they bargained for.
2 fucking kids.
But imagine opening that and having to discover that and, like...
Were they decomposing or what?
I don't know, because I work with children, so obviously, like, if I found, I would feel, oh my god, I couldn't. I'd call someone else and be like, look, I cannot do this. This is making me sick. To the bone.
What?
sort the bodies out, take them out, like, identify them, call up police, like, I don't know, something.
Hell,
I'd get away, look, I don't want to touch it anymore, I need you to come around here. But, like...
No way.
I don't know, maybe in the airport, like, X-rays kind of thing, maybe they thought it was, like, two blow-up dolls, not blow-up dolls, but, like...
I'm just trying to think how no one knew. I mean, they must have smelt something as well. And what's the story behind it? That's it. You can't just tell me that and not tell me anything else. Like, what else happened?
I don't know. I was just thought about, like... Yeah,
that's terrifying.
No, but I hate clicking on it because I know that's like what gets some views on the ad. So I just never click on it.
You can't tell me stuff like that because it really fucking
search it up later.
No, it creeps me out. Like, have you ever seen that?
That's what I mean. It creeped me out.
Have you seen that documentary called "Don't Fuck with Cats"?
Yeah,
that's quite a good documentary.
That's what I mean, and that got me thinking like that.
Stories like that I find really interesting in the day, and then in the night I wish that I didn't watch it. Didn't watch it because it really.
Have you ever watched like when you were younger? I don't know. Like recently, I don't care which one, but you ever watched like a horror movie then like put on like a Disney film or something like that?
Not so for me, horror films I don't get scared by because I'm just
but like jump scare ones.
No, nothing. Like any horror film I don't get scared by because I don't know why. I just have that thing where it's just not scary because it's a film. Yeah, no, it's deadly serious. Like the closest I've got maybe is when I was younger, like a lot younger, like where things would play on my mind, like images or whatever.
Yeah, but now I just know it's a movie. Like more jump scare things. That's not
just
being
a movie.
Scared. That's more just jumping because someone's got you.
Yeah, it's like,
and then you feel the adrenaline, and you think like you're scared, but
it's a reflex. It's not. You're not even scared. You're just like fuck. It's like anyone going like that, you're gonna go like that.
Well, I mean, I didn't just flinch then. Like my eye didn't even blink.
Maybe if you didn't, I don't know. If you had less anticipation. I don't.
You're randomly gonna go like that.
But when I was younger, maybe before I sort of learned about filmmaking and all that stuff, maybe a little bit scared of like I don't know, like even before I'd watched horror films and like I'd see my mum play it in the background, that kind of ominous like, oh, what are horror films? I really want to watch a horror film.
Like if it was a movie about like a small little fucking man running at you in the dark, that would creep me out.
Small man, not big man. Big man's alright.
So fast and quick chasing after you, that would be. Cause
I just think so many horror films are just so fucking shit. Honestly, there's so I've never. I tell you what, it's been so long since I've seen. I tell you, Japanese horror films are really good because I'm watching this horror film where these characters are like you're supposed to follow them and that. And like you're thinking, what would I do in that situation? And they make the most stupid decision to like go into the room instead of fucking calling the police or just running out. Why don't you sell the house? It's clearly haunted.
Haven't you done that in your own home before? Like heard a noise and just gone to check it.
So you think that decisions most characters make in horror films are rational decisions?
Well, no.
Oh, what's that? Let me go and follow the sound.
Well, no, because the ones where they like then spend like £100, get flights and stuff and go to like Spain to find the origin of this beast. That's what the fuck.
It's just rubbish.
If it was like, I heard a sound in my kitchen, I'd obviously go look and like, because if someone's there, you don't just fucking run up, call the police.
But it's not even necessarily like decisions as well. It's also just the acting. I think is so bizarre because like I think it's situations in horror films are so hard to act to because like. Can you imagine like something really fucking terrifying happening to you and like responding to that? Like you would go fucking nuts if like the majority of things that happened in horror films seriously happened to people who would lose their shit because ghosts don't exist. People have never seen them before, and all of a sudden there's some fucking woman like in a gown like hovering over you in your bed. You wouldn't go, oh shit, you'd go fucking nuts. You wouldn't even be able to process it. That's why when I watch films, I'm like, you're not acting the way you would. That's why you've seen Terminator 2.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why Terminator 2 is really good.
Yeah,
because it's like all of this weird shit is happening, stuff that's really unrealistic. People don't actually turn into machines. There's not like someone who actually morphs into like a metallic kind of like, and it's all nonsense. But it's within this universe that's established as like. Real, so like that woman who, what's her name again? Sarah Connor. That's it. And like and she's like, no, I'm telling you, it's true, it's real. Like fucking robots are real, and they're being sent from the future, and like we need to stop them. And like no one fucking believes that. Yeah. Everyone just throws her in like a mental home and just says, like, you're nuts. That's like, why it's such a great film.
If something happened to you that like as well though, like if you said this like same now, like the same might happen to you.
What do you mean?
So like that's what I mean. It's like a real reaction because if someone traumatized happened to me, I'd be like, no, this is like genuinely. And I've told you about like the story about the flipping wolf thing from my childhood.
Oh yeah, you saw a fucking. What did you see?
So when I was younger,
I can't even really remember it now. You said it so long ago.
So did you ever watch? Was it Big Bear's House or
Big Bear's House?
Yeah, I'll show you now.
I remember. Is he orange? Is he orange bear?
Yeah.
You know what? I was trying to remember.
And it had the moon at the end. It was like,
yeah,
wanna sing
that's
a song,
him.
Moon?
Yeah.
So
ages ago, I was trying to remember who that character was because I had him in my head, but I forgot what his name was.
His name was just Bear. No, it must have been when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And this is what I mean. Like, I know I've heard the thing like child's imagination can be really like bright and stuff, and like a child's imagination can be wild. And when I was at that age, other than this story I'm about to tell, I only had one other incident where like I was outside one time, it went a bit dark, but that might just been a panic attack the fact that it was actually dark, and then I run in. So I don't know if
that was it. You went outside.
To me, this is real, and I'd put my life in it that this was real to this day.
What?
But I had like dreams about it and like scary dreams and stuff like that. But it was basically about this like little orange fox that looked like that with black wet nose. He had like bright blue eyes, like he looked like a puppet.
Right.
And for no reason, both times you just go hello there and just pop up out somewhere. And I'm going to explain both situations in more detail to show you that like this was not a person playing a prank or anything like that. So one instant was I did something naughty. I can't remember what it was, and I had like a lock on the outside of my door.
Right.
And I think it was just me and my sister that like shared a bunk bed.
Yeah.
And I got sent to my room,
mm-hmm.
and the lock got put on, and I'm screaming and crying already. Mm. So if I start screaming and crying about something else, they're not gonna know like something else is wrong.
No. Was it like late?
And because like I've been having dreams about this little like fox thing, like who's gonna come kill me? Like,
is this an actual character that's in the show?
Yeah, the bear.
So it's a bear, but it's like a foxy version of the bear, like Basil.
Maybe it was a bear. Yeah, but it seemed more foxy. Maybe it's because like I don't know. Maybe I didn't because it looked like an orange fox rather than an orange bear. I'm banging on my door. My room was like a hall, not like a hall sort of thing, but it was more like elongated sort of thing. By the TV, there's a window, and I remember like people checked and stuff, and like the gap behind the TV was maybe like it was one of those box TVs, maybe like that much. And then by the drawers, it was like that much, and I think there were like balconies and stuff. So maybe people thought, oh, maybe someone broke in or something, or showed something. But I'm telling you that this was in my room, window closed, and behind it just comes a puppet like, hello there, like
what?
I see it fucking there, and I'm trying to bang, scream louder, like, oh,
what the fuck?
Whoa,
hang on, what? I don't remember it like that. I don't remember the story. So it was behind the window. So like someone was.
No. So it wasn't behind the window. I'm trying to say like the window's behind my TV, but it comes up behind the shelf thing.
Fuck off.
My hand couldn't do that, so like. It couldn't fit behind there, so it's just like, what the fuck?
Wait,
like,
so the window's there, the TV's there, and he pops up behind the TV.
Yeah, so like, yeah. So window's here. TV's
I thought
there.
it was someone behind.
I'm at the door over there. Right. I look behind. He's back behind this TV.
Right, and does he actually say hello there?
Yeah.
Fuck off! What are you talking about?
Do you see what I mean?
That's not true.
So this is why I don't go around telling this story.
What happened? Did someone let you out? Did you have to stay in that room?
Honestly, I was just crying for a long time, and then I just
this is what happens.
To deal with it
in every horror film. Something scary happens, and then it cuts away, and then you never figure out what the fuck happened.
But it's just like that's what I mean. I only remember the incident.
You don't remember the aftermath.
I don't remember the aftermath because I remember like I don't remember the exact.
Are you sure it's not a memory that's been kind of?
No. It's not because it happened again, and like
it happened again.
Yeah.
So tell me, let's explain.
I know. Don't worry. I know full well it sounds like something that's made up. But I'm telling you now.
I think you saw something.
No, I'm telling you now.
Okay.
I'm telling you now.
So you'd say you're 100% certain.
100%.
So tell me, all right. Describe to me exactly what you saw when you saw this thing. What exactly?
It was like a little black. Well, I say fox because obviously when you see like a little orange thing, you think like fox, don't you?
But it kind of looked like someone, even though they couldn't get on behind the TV, that someone was kind of like...
Yeah, well, he just came up and...
But
he had,
above the TV?
The black mouth, black wet nose, the bright orange fur...
And it was... How big was it? Was it the size of this microphone? Or was it...
maybe a bit bigger or something.
And it was the top of the TV, and it popped up from the top of the TV like that.
It was more like... sort of behind. It was behind the TV, but like a bit to the side and like behind the dresser. Right. So he's popped up, and like said hello there. And
it's the hello there that creeps me the fuck out.
I know. So I'm staying at my nan's, and my uncle used to live there. And I remember at night I was looking out.
Interrupting. How old were you?
Or same age.
All right.
I'm looking out over my bed and I'm like, I'm scared but not thinking about that little wolf or anything. I'm just like, I'm scared. I want to go over to my uncle's room, but I think like, oh, what if there is something in the dark? Like, every kid's like scared to just go out into the dark. Like, you don't know what's there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just something.
Even now.
Yeah. Like, even now, if you just run to a fucking open black... Actually, I could do that. I could run to an open dark forest now. I'll be fine with it. But like even at work, when I turn lights off for like sports facility halls and stuff, it's just pitch black, and you gotta find your way in the complete dark.
A little bit creepy.
Bit creepy.
Even in the office at work, like it's a bit creepy.
But I can do it. So I'm looking over the edge of the bed, and I just like I'm scared. I want to run to my uncle's room just because I felt scared and I felt safe with him.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I'm in the same bed with my sister and my nan, and
all three of you are sharing the same bed.
Yeah, fucking not massive. Like, my sister's I'm
It's a weird
5,
combination
so my
of people.
sister's like 7. It's
Never
my
can't
nan.
imagine sleeping with my nan. That's just,
Really?
yeah. Well, she got her own fucking bed.
No, you stay with your nan. Like, have you never stayed with your nan? Like,
I guess I always went home. I never spent the night with my nan's.
but yeah, no, I used to like stay at my nan's and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised you've never done that. But yeah, anyway, I'm looking out on the edge, and all of a sudden, just from my I'm waiting, he just pops up and he's like, "Hello there," from the edge of the bed.
Oh, fuck off! That's not. Fuck off! That's
And
not true.
I
do you
immediately
mean?
tried to get away, and I'm screaming like, "No!"
No. That's what the fuck.
My nan and sister wake
you were
up. She
anticipating
turns.
it.
No, to me, this
Your
was real,
experience
this
is that's 100% for a fact happened. You actually saw, and you heard it again. You heard hello there again. What was it like? Was it hello there, or like was it a normal voice, or what was it like?
It's just like, hi there, like,
Hi there.
yeah, just like that.
Are
sort
you
of thing.
sure you wasn't like? Are you sure you wasn't like?
I wasn't like dreaming, then woke up and thought, like I'm telling you now, it wasn't a dream.
What do you mean? I'm telling you now, like as if you know for a fact. It was when it was like what?
Because this happened
Fucking 16 years ago.
So this is what I mean. This is why I don't go around telling it, because it just made me sound like a madman. Like I thought, I've seen a
just weird.
puppet come to life.
I kind of believe that you believe it. Do you know what I mean?
I believe it, and that's what I mean. It might just be my imagination, because how they say kids have a strong imagination. Obviously,
but why the fuck hasn't he popped up?
But that's what I want to see him again to be like, why the fuck? Did
Imagine
you
right now,
me?
like put something
Fucking yeah, just out
behind
nowhere.
that window or some shit like that.
Dad, it'd
That'd
be
be
creepy,
fucking
but
terrifying.
no, stay there. Right, stop screaming.
Yeah, right. I
he
need
would
to ask
scream.
you some
When
questions.
I start screaming, he would start screaming as well. And that was the scary part.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Bro, because I made me scared.
What do you mean?
So both times, like, he'd scream as well.
What would it look like when you go and you go? It would actually move as well.
It's just like a part like just shaking, just went down.
Are you taking the piss?
I'm not.
Are you trying to wind me
I
up?
swear to God, no, I'm not.
Are you just
The
trying?
other time it screamed back and went down. That's when I was screaming for like nan. And, like,
So it screamed for a bit and then it just went fuck this and then left.
Yeah, for maybe like a second, but it wasn't like and then like.
There are
gone.
so many fucking. I don't even know where to start. First, why are you
But that's
sleeping
what I
with your
mean.
nan and your sister? But you know
To
how
me, this happened, and like I'm telling you now, that I don't have any other story like that. No ghost stories, nothing. And that's why it freaked me the fuck out, because whenever I hear ghost stories and I think,
I've got no idea no explanation.
I'm gonna be so pissed off the fact that I'll never.
Hopefully
know
you
what
see him
happened.
again and ask him what the fuck's up.
What, in
and
my
say-
old age, I'm just like in my
Yeah.
bed, like 89, and he just pops up and like, hello.
He might have
And
been
I'm
thinking,
like,
you might be thinking, I've just been polite and said hello there, and this fucking kid keeps
Like I'm on my
screaming
deathbed,
his
and-
tits off. Why, he was only being polite. He only
Yeah, I
said
know,
hello
but
there.
it's
Didn't say
like-
I'm gonna fucking kill you or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
But that's if I'm making it up, that's what I'd fucking make
Maybe,
up.
yeah.
Like,
Look me in the eyes, Wayne. Tell me for a fact. Tell me for a fact that actually happened.
For a
in
fact.
your experience, that actually
for a
genuinely happened.
fact that happened. It 110% happened.
swear on
in
your life?
Yeah, swear on my life. Like my nan straight away turns on the light, because she had a little like bed light that she could just tap straight away.
Yeah.
And I get up and like,
That's
I look,
handy.
there's nothing there. No one, no person.
So the light made it go away, sort of
It's
thing.
literally just. I think my auntie stayed in
Mad.
the house at that time, but like my auntie wasn't at my house.
Yeah.
My uncle was asleep. I know that for a fact because like, I went to go and sleep with him. He was asleep.
Yeah. And there's no one else
Sister
in the
was
house.
asleep. Nan.
And you can't
So
really.
unless someone followed me about when I was like 5 years old and went to scare
No.
me twice and fuck off. I remember this one time I slept in my sister's room and her bed was like by the window, and it might have just been the light, but I remember having some weird dreams about like snail wriggly things or something that really
Yeah.
freaked me out, and then I felt frozen in my bed from the fear, but that was like just a dream. I know that was just a dream.
Yeah.
Like,
So you can differentiate what makes a dream
Yeah,
reality.
and that was about the same age. I don't remember exactly, but it was definitely below like 8 or 9.
So those are the sort of things that creep me out because it's someone else's experience, and when someone is telling you for a fact, someone that you do trust, like I think this happened. It's like the unknown is like the biggest thing. It's like,
yeah,
what the fuck was that?
That's
then?
what
Like if you seriously
I
saw something,
definitely not going to see that again.
Are you sure it wasn't on the TV?
No, it wasn't on the TV.
And the
there
second
wasn't a
time,
TV on like the floor that I was looking
because
at.
that is true. To be fair, I mean, there's a TV right there that shows images.
I know what the TV is. Okay, and I know where the TV was, and I know what was next to it.
You're like, oh wait, yeah, maybe, it probably was that.
But the thing is, like, the TV was at an angle because, like, it was pointed towards the bunk bed, so it wasn't like flat on TV. I could see it, and like, it just popped up through the TV glass. No, it was like to the side of it. That's why I said like.
And it wasn't through the window. It wasn't. You didn't see it behind the window.
No,
right? That's fucking nuts. But what makes me think that it was actually definitely your imagination as well is the fact that like it kind of was. It wasn't a character in the show. It was your reimagination of a character that wasn't specific to any real thing. It was like in your mind.
So what? A big fucking 6'5" bear is going to come up behind my character.
No. I'm just saying that it wasn't exactly Big Bear. It wasn't like someone could buy a Big Bear puppet because it didn't look like Big Bear. It looked like fucking Basil Brush, but not quite Basil Brush. It was a mix
more like
of
Basil Brush.
A mix of him. So it could have been a Basil Brush teddy bear.
It wasn't Basil Brush. Like it wasn't Basil Brush.
That's really weird. So things like that creep me out. Also, stuff like real shit that creeps me out, like real true crime stuff really freaks me out. Like that stuff, the suitcase thing, that fucking... Because it's like, the unexplained creeps me out, but it's also stuff like, I was on TikTok.
I'd love to know the story behind that. I might try and look for it now. Like,
there must be some, we just told you that and just was like, all right, there you go.
How far did the kids
Have a
travel?
good day. Enjoy the rest of your day knowing that information. I didn't tell you the rest of the story though. I thought that wasn't important. But
It's not even a story. It's just two kids found in the suitcase when they were bought from an auction.
Do you ever like go on a really, really, really weird like wormhole on YouTube?
Yeah.
Where like there's like really fucked up videos. There's a specific YouTuber I think called Horror Stories, and his YouTube channel is fucking horrible. His collection of videos is all just about people dying in the most horrendous ways. He'll go like, here is a clip from 1952 of this woman who walked in front
Serial
of a
killer.
No, who walked in front of a train. Shit like that. She walked in front of a train, and it just like you see this woman casually walking in front of a train, and it just poosh like that and just smashes it, and it's on YouTube because it's like really old and like no one cares. Because like her parents are probably dead as well. It's like no one cares.
Oh, let's fuck the code of conduct.
I mean, not her parents. Of course, her parents are dead. She's dead, and her kids. Well, she's definitely dead. But her kids are fucking dead. Like it's too. I don't know. That's also weird. It's like
there's
why?
a policy on YouTube.
Yeah, because it's so old, like
so
long
if I
ago.
just get
no
up
one
a
cares.
porno from the 1950s, that's fine.
Bosh it on YouTube.
Porn like.
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Shit like that of like some fucking woman getting run over by a train. And it's got like millions of views because like everyone has like this really kind of weird morbid curiosity, you know.
Yeah.
And there's this other video of this guy who was like he was like going in a cave. What would you call it? Like cave diving?
Yeah, it's cave diving.
Is that what it's called? Cave diving. He went with like this group of people and he was going into this cave. It was really, really deep down. You could see the map and he was like really deep into this like crevice that as more he wriggled in, he couldn't get out again, and he was lodged in there for so long, and he was upside down, so the blood was going down to his head, and there was a picture of his feet dangling out, right, and it was just a story about how his family were there and they were rushing to like tie like pulley things to like pull him out and that because of the cave. They couldn't get any like machines in there to really like, and he fucking died. And it's just the most disturbing, horrendous shit. And you just think,
strange.
Why the fuck did I watch this? Like I didn't need to know that in my life.
Why did he
His
have a
skeleton
harness?
is still there in the cave.
Oh no!
They've just they closed it up, and it's still there to this day, just like that. Can you imagine if that was your brother?
No, I reckon the skeleton's not there. Surely
it is. It was still there because they could have pulled it out.
Yeah, I reckon they have.
But I think they closed it up before
but I have so many
rotted.
questions.
Probably.
Like, if he's feeling like, oh no, it's getting tight, I'm getting stuck. Just
Why
don't
the
go.
fuck? Hang on.
Harness. Hello, you're going down. At
Yeah.
least go the other way or something.
While I was watching it, I couldn't look away from it because I was so like engrossed in this story that it was terrifying and that. But like when you finish watching it, you just feel empty. Like, why the fuck did I watch that? That's so disturbing, because you think about being in that situation, how terrifying
but I've seen you
that
look
would
at
be.
those. I've seen you watch those, and you're just plain face like, and what happened next? What happened next?
Yeah,
Like,
no, exactly. Well, it's just
you watch it like.
Don't you have that morbid curiosity? Don't you have that? There was this footage of this guy who was like, what's it called when you go scuba diving? And he had this obviously oxygen thing on and that, and he had like this GoPro on, and he went too deep to the point where there was so much pressure.
His head cracked.
No, there was so much pressure that he couldn't swim up.
Lungs collapsed.
And the oxygen was running really low, and it's like the last dying breaths of him as he's dying, and you see the footage because of his camera, and he's going and he's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and you can hear the oxygen like alarm going, and he's just going and you're just sitting there thinking, why am I watching this? Why am I watching this?
I was thinking that while I was watching it. Why?
I don't know, Wayne. I can't tell you why. There was this other footage of this guy who was doing like this speech. I think he was like an old president.
Like those beheading videos, like you watch it and think, why the fuck have I just watched that? I knew
yeah.
what it was going to be.
And it's just shit that you watch and you think, why the fuck did I watch that? Like, I never did. I watched this thing on TikTok. I shouldn't have done it. It was a few days ago. This woman who... She was dating this guy she met on Tinder for 7 months. That's quite a long time. They met on Tinder. It was going really well. There's a picture of her. She's like 23. She's a pretty girl. Guy's good looking dude or whatever. And like they were dating. He got too needy, so she split up with him. And then there's this actual CCTV footage that you see of her walking to the gym and him following her to the gym because she posted on Facebook like, oh, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
And he saw it obviously and he followed her in. And he laid his mat down next to hers, and you could see her chat log with her friend saying, "Why has he followed me to the gym? I'm kind of creeped out. Like I feel like he's going to hurt me or something." And her friend was going,
"Why
don't you
why
just
is she
leave?"
assuming he followed her? Like he could have just like unexpectedly went as well, and you've run into
No,
each
but
other.
because he was really needy, and she obviously put two and two together that she posted on Facebook. And like, why is someone's your ex? It's a bit weird to lay the mat right next to them. You know what I mean? And start working out and not say hello or even acknowledge them, even though you know that they're there and like you purposely laid the mat there.
First words when they leave, like, "Where are you going? You haven't finished yet."
Yeah, you haven't said a word to me the whole time. You see her leaving, walking down the stairs, and then you see him following a little bit after. And then you see CCTV footage, kind of blurry, of her walking over to her car. Turns out he stabbed her 74 times in the chest.
She should have done the Jason
car.
Bourne. She should have just like put on a different jacket, throw off a hat.
The Jason Bourne? What's that?
Have you never seen Jason Bourne?
No, I haven't seen Jason Bourne.
My
It's the same
God.
sort of shit as everything else, isn't it? It's like James Bond.
There's so many JB figures in the world.
It's like John Wick and all that shit.
Yeah, but it's honestly, it's amazing. Like, out of all the JBs in the world, I love John Bellion. I'm sorry, but like
Justin Bieber.
Jason Bourne is so much better than James Bond. So much better. Honestly, I love him. Maybe because I love him more because of, like, they take me back to a time, but like the action music. It's so.
So what you say? So she should have done a Jason Statham.
Yeah, she should have been an action hero. She would have lived.
Like,
yeah, if I was being full of that at the gym, I'd just like.
What are you talking about? She's a 23-year-old girl. This guy's a full-grown man. You're not expecting someone to stab you in the chest.
Yeah, but obviously she's gonna have some lead in him.
So you're saying it's her fault?
Oh, what? So she lives in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's no people that she can go over and pretend like she's talking to them or something.
What are you talking about? How you sound like the most insensitive prick. I don't know. Can you imagine? So you're more annoyed at her than him, though he fucking stabbed her 74 times. Wayne, do you understand how many times that is?
Did you watch the stabs?
No, you didn't watch the stabs. They wouldn't just
1, 2, 3.
Put that like lightly on fucking TikTok. 74 times specifically. That's so long. Like, can you imagine, like, stabbing someone 3 times, right?
But it's like, I don't know what.
And then going, I'm gonna stab him again.
But
They
it's
deserve
like,
more.
if she
and fucking
knows,
stabbing
like,
him 74 times.
He was like following her. So why didn't she tell someone?
Because
sooner,
maybe she
like...
didn't think, oh, this person that I was dating for 7 months, who I slept with for all that time, is gonna fucking kill me. As creepy as someone can be, you're not gonna think that they're gonna do that, are you? You know what I mean? That's why it's so creepy as well, because it's like, it plays on my mind like a lot. I was thinking, how the hell can anyone know anyone when people are like that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even fucking know you. You could turn around and stab me.
He must have been like right behind her for her to not get in her car in time. Or did he like smash the
Why are
window?
you so worried? Why are you so concerned about it? You're blaming her for this?
Well, it's like when things happen.
It's all her fault. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's like when something happens, you don't treat the problem when it's already happened. You treat the causation.
Right.
So okay, yeah, the man's probably been imprisoned or whatever, but to stop that from happening again,
He wasn't in prison.
Maybe she should have carried a rape whistle or something about and just like.
So she's getting stabbed. Wait, it doesn't matter, does it? She's fucking dying.
Why is she being dragged back?
She's getting stabbed. Wayne.
Yeah. So
all I want you to say is, oh gosh, that's sad. I don't want you to go, oh, she could have fucking done better, couldn't she?
In all seriousness, that is like horrific.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's like, how can you do that to someone? Because it's not like this guy had any previous crimes or he's never committed any crimes like that before. And then all of a sudden he just completely does this most fucking horrendous act that you can't even imagine, like doing to someone who he was dating for 7 months, Wayne. Like, getting to know someone for 7 months and then ultimately that's the person that you get murdered by. I mean, imagine being her fucking mum. That's why that shit like that plays on my mind. Like shit like... Because
you don't want to date a girl.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to get to know anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone. Like after that, because it's not just guys, it's girls as well. They do that as well.
You'd be like, oh, what if my boss kills me because I said no to that extra bit of work?
Yeah. That's what I mean. You can fucking get paranoid watching those videos.
I feel like to watch the whole... It's like a man watching the entirety of a porn video. Sometimes... No, but that's what I mean. It's laughable. It's weird.
Depends how long the porn video is.
It's like...
like an hour-long porn video.
I won't watch all of it.
What, even if you're like got nothing else to do and you just think, I'll get into it? No. I don't watch porn anymore. I don't watch porn anymore. Cut it out of my life. But yeah.
Good decision?
Yeah, great decision.
Or do you regret it a bit?
No, not at all. I really enjoy doing it. I needed to do it because...
Do you feel like it's changed your relationships with women more because you feel like...
Made it better.
No, really?
Yeah,
so
what do you mean
see
really?
them more as like I need to have this act because I'm so horny with them.
What do you mean?
Because like, you know how like scientific research shows that like masturbating can be healthy?
No, I still masturbate.
Oh, but
every now and then, like I've cut that out a lot.
But like you'll see a shadow, and you think that looks so much like that.
Not like I don't like brush up against like at the edge of a table and like nearly jizz. I'm saying like I have cut porn out of my life because it was like too much, and since then, like I initially cut like masturbating out of my life as well for like 2 months. What it does is it
No, but I'm saying like with like women then that you meet, do you then? Like, are you more... Is your relationship with them...
I think I sexualise them less.
Really?
Well, yeah, because you're used to doing it when you watch porn, like especially on like a really regular basis. You're used to imagine... Like, if you always look at women like that, like you kind of like subconsciously kind of do that to women like in real life situations. And that's what I felt guilty about. And not all the time. I'm not saying I talk to a woman and think, oh, fuck, I want to... But like, it's all subconscious,
I'm not like
it?
that now, but then if it would be like... If it would desexualise a lot of my...
No. It makes you more... It gives you more mojo.
Because I
it makes you want to have sex more, but it also makes you less kind of pervy, I think, in a way. Like, it makes you less...
But then you're still going to get onto girls, like...
Yeah, but in a more proper kind of, like, manly way, I think.
But I feel like I would right now prefer to be someone who just, like... Yeah, I don't need you, I can just be a friend, because, like, I watch porn.
Oh, really?
Rather than just be like, oh, I need sex, I want to meet a woman because I refuse to watch porn.
Well, I'm not kind of like actively going like, I need sex with like a girl.
No one needs
it now. And it's like, if there's no one else, then mum, can you come here? Because it's not shit. It's stuff like, you know, it's just like, it gives you more motivation. It's like when you deprive yourself of something that you're used to.
Like water.
It makes you actively... Yes, like water, Wayne, very good example. Makes you come out and like really go and want for it more. Like I wanted to get rid of that kind of, you know, when you have that guilt kind of thing. Like I don't think you could ask one guy on this planet like if they're proud of watching the fact that they fucking get off to porn And that no guy is going to go, yeah, I'm fucking proud. I've just had the best fucking wank to like the best video I've ever seen. Like,
Well,
if you genuinely ask the guy,
if you're watching it with another girl, you could be proud of that.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But if you're not like if you're not in a relationship,
if you're just on your own in a dark room, like hiding with your box of tissues,
and that's like every night your routine, and like you never go out and get off with any girls or anything like that, and you just get off to porn every night, like you have your own thing. That's fair enough, but like. If you constantly
I usually have a nice warm bath, like if you can.
You have a wank in the bath.
No. Imagine that. You'd be rolling.
What is it with the candles with you? Why is it candles in every situation?
Do you not like candles?
Do candles turn you on? Do you look at a candle and fucking get off to it?
No, they're relaxing. Because like where we live, like there'd be like noises here and there, so it's just like one constant noise that you can.
But you like a candle to have a wank? Is what you're saying?
Not have a wank, but I
to
like,
get you in the mood.
Like getting
Do you play like smooth jazz?
No. But you know, like the fizzling candles.
Oh, I hate those.
I love them.
They're too loud.
No, but a normal candle just like.
I'd have like a crackling like fireplace or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like a fireplace.
It's not. It's like a sparkler.
No.
Maybe I've just had the wrong crackling sort of thing. But try it though. Try it, Wayne. For the next month, don't watch porn and see what happens. And it will push you to. It trust me. It will change you in so many ways that you didn't think it was even kind of linked to in your brain.
So if a woman sends me
try
a picture,
not having a wank.
Can I? So if a woman sends me, I try not having.
No,
a wank.
that's fine.
Okay. So can I have sex?
Yeah, you can have sex.
So what if a woman sends me a picture? I can't wank over it. I just have to be like, oh, cheers.
All right. Well,
so what if they
I kind of
as nice as that is, and as much as I like you,
no, then that's fair. That's fair game like that. That's fair enough. It's not like you've looked up. I mean, I kind of cheated that way as well. But like, it's like.
Do you see what I mean? That's what I meant. Like, is your relationship with girls not more sexualised now? Because
no, but it is. But it always was. But it was always like, oh, she's so hot, but I can't be able to do anything. Oh. But now it's like
I can't be asked.
No, I can't be able to do anything, and I don't really need to because I can just get off in another way.
Yeah.
But like when you deprive yourself so much to the point where you're like, I am literally gagging for it right now. But like, so you need
deprivation.
You need to go out and sort of chase for it as well. In more of a way that's rewarding because you're actually getting it from real life situations as opposed to just like replicating it in your room.
So what you're saying is basically you like dominant women.
It's a very simple thing that I'm trying to explain.
So what you're saying is you'd like a dominant woman. Like,
what are you talking about?
So like, I feel like you'd love a relationship where like a woman asks you, can you hoover the stairs? And then she'd like repay you with a blowjob. You'd love that.
What are you talking about? You watch too much porn, Wayne. That's such a porn situation.
No, you just said
just such a porn
it was like
scenario.
it's like a reward.
No, you're not understand. You reward yourself because it's more rewarding to have sex than to have a wank, isn't it? That's what I'm saying.
No, sometimes it's more rewarding just to have a wank.
Do you think?
Because like
when you get home from work, you just have like the massive,
if I
biggest
really
wank.
wanted to be, please that other person, because like I don't get why it's such a weird touchy subject. Like I guess it's
it's weird subject.
Like you wouldn't talk like sex. Like you wouldn't go to like your boss.
Who said it's a touchy? Well, I guess so. Yeah.
And start talking about like, oh yeah, fuck my like girl last night.
No,
do you know what I mean? So it's like who you talk about it to and stuff is like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't mind fucking talking about it to me, do you?
Yeah.
Messaging me at like midnight, going, "Oh, Vinny, I've just had I had her in this." It's like, Wayne, I don't really want to hear about it, mate. To be honest, try it for a month. I'm actually genuinely being serious.
I can't remember what I was saying now.
But you don't really do it much anyway, do you?
Not really. But no, I literally just had a snippet of what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, no. Sometimes when you really want to please the other person, I mean, it's like you have to try hard, like you're going for like
you just don't want to give, do you? You just don't want to give. You can't.
No,
be
whereas like a little wank, like I reckon if I was already a bit turned on or whatever, put on some porn, have a wank for 5-10 minutes, bang, and that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't affect you in other ways. I mean, it was affecting me to a point where I couldn't actually. I struggled having sex because I didn't have that momentum and that mojo, and I was used to watching porn really, and I wasn't in a relationship at that time, and so I wasn't actively going to get it, and I just had a really bad relationship with porn, and I was like, okay, I need to do something about this because I was speaking to someone else and I couldn't fucking get it up, quite frankly. And then by that point I was like, okay, well, there's something I need to do about it.
You tried the blue pills?
No, I don't want to get into fucking medication, man. I'm 20 years old.
Why not?
Because I'm not an old man. I don't, you know.
But are you going to be a 50-year-old having sex?
No,
Do
but
you want to be a 50-year-old having sex?
Yes.
You want to be 50 and having sex with another like.
Would you rather be 50 and not
woman?
have sex?
Well,
yeah, but when
at
you're
that
50,
point it won't be sexy because then you'll be seeing it through those eyes.
when you're 50, you'll be turned on by people who are also 50 years old. Wayne.
No, you. I
yes, you will.
I really would.
Then you're a fucking nonce.
So imagine if you're like, no, what? I can't get with a 35-year-old when I'm like 50.
I guess you can, but I mean,
I wouldn't get like.
So 35 is where you draw the line.
If I was 60, I wouldn't get with
another
another 60-year-old because they're like going to be old as well, surely.
Yeah, but you're old
then
as
again,
well.
I'll be happily married. So what's the fucking point?
But going full circle though, at the beginning we were talking about what you saw in a woman, or what you wanted to see, or what you really, your ideal woman. So you said first of all someone who brings out the best in you and all that shit, and about how she wanted to push you to do better things and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
What's the second thing? She never got to that. Oh, sense of humour. You said wasn't really important, or at least someone who gets your humour. So when you make a joke, they don't look at you funny and go, "That was weird." Like that's not funny. Yeah. Someone who vibes with your
because it might be a bit of like slapstick comedy where it's like tap your bum sort of thing. That's funny, but in like not that was hysterical. It's like
So you don't want to. Yeah. So you basically want to be the comedy act in the relationship, and you want them to be the audience. No,
you want to bounce off each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. So you want somebody to bounce off of you. What else? Fat ass.
Yeah, that's always nice, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously.
Well, I don't really care.
Big tits.
I'm not too bothered about tits. No, really not.
You take the arse more. Like it's more important.
It's not more important. But
more important than the two other things.
They got to be spontaneous.
They need to be spontaneous. So say if you saw an advert of like a new burger that came out on McDonald's at like midnight.
No, not something like that. Like,
and she was like, "Oh, let's go and get it. Let's go and get it right." Or you were like, "Let's go and get it right now." And she was like,
it's not spontaneous.
It is spontaneous.
I'm at a much more higher level. Like
yeah, no, that was a basic example.
Yeah, but yeah, like.
She's like, let's go like Ibiza in the next few days.
Yeah.
Let's go like Bournemouth.
Ibiza is really expensive, but yeah.
Or someone who's just like, I really like people who are like, should we do it now? Let's just go now. Let's do it now. Instead of like, oh, we got to plan it. Like.
Yeah. Why have we got to plan it? If you're free now, let's do it now. Why
and they were like,
plan it?
No, but I just want to. No, but I want to think about it a bit more, sort of thing. You don't want someone like that.
You obviously don't want to do it.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We've learnt many things.
We haven't died from the lights overhead.
Yeah, we've learnt Wayne's top 5 things.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the sort of girl that ticks those boxes and also likes a guy,
I'm not looking for
that hallucinates Basil Brush.
No,
is a bit of a mental case.
I'm not looking for anyone.
All right, guys, sign out. As soon as I say something.
Bye.
Bye.